Let's put a hub in there. Let's select the mag itself again. Well, let's create another layer. So let's create another layer and use that as a guide. We're going to create a hub in the center of that. So we can do that just by going to the Create tab, Disk, Numeric, and let's size it down. Hold down the Shift key. Oh, I'm sorry. If you notice, see, it's not perfectly round, and what happened is I held down the Shift key rather than the Control key. Remember, the Control key constrains your shape where it doesn't turn into an ellipse like I just did right here. So you can go ahead and change these values. I'm going to change all of these to 220, the X, the Y, and the Z radius, to get that back to a perfectly round circle here. Okay, all right. Now hold down the Control key. Okay, this is gonna, let's just make a hub here. Zoom in here and hold down the Control key again. Let's move this where you want it to reside at. And let's zoom in on the back. It's not the back. Yes, it is the back. Okay, zoom in on the back, and let's move this in a little bit, and let's move this in. Right. Let's go to full window mode here. Okay, now let's commit to that by selecting the Disk tool, and I've got polygons already selected. Let's select the front polygon here. Let's create like a bevel for like a hub. So B for bevel, and let's do something like this. Right click and bevel again. Bevel again. And let's bevel again. Bevel again. And bevel. One more bevel. Okay, now let's commit to that. Space bar. Selecting the gray to deselect. And let's see what it looks like when we hit tab. Okay. Well, if you notice in the back, well, you're not going to see it, but let's show you. Let's look at how to kind of square that off in the back. So if I go to the full window view, let's zoom in, hit the tab key again to unsmooth, and let's go to multiply and select the knife tool, drag right down the real close here. That'll make a kind of a sharp corner. The closer you cut or put or make a slice here, the smaller the radius is going to be right here at the corner of the object. So hit enter, and now when you hit tab, it kind of smooths it a lot better than it was. And let's hit tab again. Let's look at how we can kind of bring that in even more. Slice down right along the other points that we created. Okay, and commit to it by hitting enter, and let's hit the tab key again. Okay, there you go. And see what it did. It kind of sharpened that up real good there. Alrighty. Now let's rotate this around and look at it. Alrighty. Now And let's turn these windows on. Hold down the shift key, turn the other layers on, shift, and there you go. And you can also add a little, you can add some chrome effects to that, or whatever you want to do. Let's look at that right quick and we'll be done. And you can actually do that in Modeler, but you won't be able to see the effects until you render it in Layout. Go to Windows and Preset Panel. Oh, that's wrong. Here, let's do this first. Let's name these objects first. So go to Q to name. I'm going to name this Hub. And we're not going to affect the color at all, because that'll all take place when we add the presets to it. So let's click OK here. And let's go to the mag here. Let's select Q. And just type in mag. OK. And let's select the RAM, and let's do Q again, and RAM. Okay, and click OK. You can select smoothing if you want. Looks like it's already smooth enough already with the tab key selected, or with the tab key applied. Okay, hold down the shift key, and let's. Okay, we've got all of these names now named. I've already named the tower in the previous tutorial, so let's try to add some surfaces to it. So let's go to, open up the surface editor first, and then go to Windows. Windows. Preset panel, and just click the little triangle here, and let's go down to metal. Okay, and then you got all these preset colors here. I like to, sometimes you have to modify them. We're going to use chrome on, let's see, let's select the hub. We're going to use chrome. Just double click on the chrome and select yes, and let's do the mag the same way. Yes, and the RAM. We're going to make all of this chrome. Okay. Now I could actually go in and change these surfaces and name them individually, and then put a different color on them, or whatever whatever you want to do with it. But for now, we're just going to make all of these chrome. Because if you select all of these faces, say for instance I want let's go to Polygons here again. If I wanted these faces to be a certain color, I would have to select them, and I probably should have done it. If I wanted to do it, it's best to do it right before you do the array. That way those same attributes follow the array when you create the array. So I'm not going to go back and do all of that, but I'm going to tell you how to do it. If you select all of these and select them as far down as you want it to select them, and then go to Q and name them, name that surface something different than what the mag is actually named, you can actually change the color on it. Okay, and that's for anything that you do in Lightwave. Alright, so let's unselect that, and let's make these, let's kind of brighten the mag up. And I've got some settings that I've already been used to using in Lightwave that gives you a pretty good chrome look. So let's change this to let's 15. Let's change the diffuse to 10% and the luminosity to 5. And specularity 100%, and the glossiness, let's do 70, and the reflection 55. And let's do that for the hub, the mag, the RAM, and that's it. And I'm going to do all of that, and then I'll come back, just so you don't have to sit here painfully and watch me do all of this. Okay, everything there's done. So let's save this file, save object, and let's send this over in the layout.